Guess who? The New York Football Giants.
Well, I wish they held a little bit better because I don't know how he's getting stopped at the line if you held
No.
on a run play.
Solder, Hernandez, Jalapeno, Zietler, and Reimers are your starting guard, the starting line, the rehauled offensive line. Gallman Tate, who's suspended, see him in October. Latimer, Simonson, and Rhett Ellison. So no Ingram tonight for the Giants as well. So makeshift staff for Eli. Don't know why he's playing. He's in. He throws a rollout pass and then two handoffs, and Giants are going to have to punt. So nothing going there. Gallman with a couple and a 3-and-out to start the season.
And I don't know what the big question all the fans' minds is why. Why
Why?
would Eli be playing right now?
Why?
It
Just
makes no sense whatsoever. If Saquon doesn't have to play at all, he doesn't even have gear on, but Eli does. How many years does Eli have? Eli doesn't need to play preseason.
I don't
We know we
don't
start. We know we start week one. Let's forget this whole quarterback controversy. That's not going to happen. Eli is starting week one. Go sit on the bench. Stay healthy.
hey man, you're preaching to the choir. I don't see any reason for him to play tonight. I think you could have started Jones. Now let's see. Hopefully they don't waste more time and end up like wasting a quarter here of playing time against the Jets starters where you could have seen Daniel Jones where he could have put some valuable stuff on film, whether that be good or bad. It's stuff to critique and go back to. And there was a looks like a penalty on the punt that'll push the Jets back. Um, so there you go. There, we'll see where they mark it when we get back from commercial. But the more you see him, the more he plays against the best talent that he may see in preseason, which is going to be right from the beginning of the game. Right? I mean, if you're going to see anybody in preseason, it's going to be in quarter number one. Um,
Huh?
but
Yeah.
for him, not you're wasting time, and it's not even the play calling of the two runs. I mean, the play calling has nothing to do with it. It's taking the snap. It's adjusting to the defense. It's calling a play in the huddle. It's all those things that are going to be first times for him. The quicker you get that going, the better. And hopefully, what this was I don't know, just
I don't.
just
There's nothing. I'm literally trying to rack my mind at what the benefit is that play Eli right now.
no,
What is the benefit?
especially when you're this vanilla, right? Like, I mean, what is seeing Eli going to do? I mean, you're playing in the most vanilla scheme that you put together to go into this game. You're playing this team in the regular season, so really, what are you going to show them, right?
Okay, let me. Even though I'm a longtime Giants fan, I know what's going to happen. Let's actually conspiracy theory this. Uh,
oh
let's say
Jesus,
Eli's playing in this preseason because he's literally fighting for the starting job.
no, no,
I don't believe that. I'm just saying.
no,
It's is that the only that's the only thing I could see him playing right now
no,
is he's literally fighting for the
and
job.
that's not the case. I saw today where somebody said if Jones goes ahead and lights it up in preseason, that the Giants are going to have a problem on their hands. Maybe come October if they get off to a slow start, but it's Eli from day one. They're not paying him $23 million to put him on the bench. They're not going to look like fools. They're gonna make him start week one, come hell or high water. And unless he gets hurt, and we're not wishing that on anybody, God forbid, nobody wants to see anybody get
No.
hurt. So Eli, we'll see Eli be there, God forbid if anything, come week one. And that's it, period. End of sentence. Like that's the end of that conversation. You're not going to convince
Oh,
me
yeah,
otherwise.
absolutely. And I don't know what Jones would have to do
There's
to change that.
there's
I don't
there's
know what
nothing
Jones
he can do.
could do in the preseason to change what that's going to happen.
There's nothing he can possibly do. And Sam Darnold's night is done. Well, I don't know who the hell their backup is, but the Giant defense stuff a run, nice play, led by Tomlinson
Isn't our old
to
boy?
stuff McGuire.
Isn't Spider Man the backup? No, it's not.
No,
It's not
didn't they
Spider
cut?
Man.
They get rid of Webb? Wouldn't it be funny to
What
see
I
Webb
did,
come in and line up?
I did see Webb is on the team.
No, he is still
Webb is
playing.
on the Jets.
I thought maybe they got rid of him. I heard he was really sucking. That's what I read. I mean, I'm not Brad
It's a
Daly.
possibility, but I swear I saw him on the field tonight.
So drop back, throws, completes, short of the 25, gain of maybe around 2 or 3 at the most. And it'll bring up a third down for the Jets. And hopefully this Giant D can get a stop and we can see our rookie quarterback, Mr. Jones.
Well, I absolutely want to see the same thing. But honestly, I want to see some of these defenders make some. I want somebody to make a play. Some of these young defenders get some confidence build up. Let's make a play. Get a sack.
Well, here
Get
we
an
go. Here's an
interception.
opportunity. It's 3rd and 8. The ball was spotted at the 23-yard line. Out of the gun, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap, drops back, throws, complete, underneath. Giants have plenty of guys there. 3 jerseys waiting for him. Wrap them up, drop them after a gain of 2.5. And the Jets are going to have to punt. Giants will get the ball back. Ogletree led the charge there. So good series there for the Giants D. Wasn't against Darnold, but they did their job. They got the stops, and they get off the field in 3 plays on the second time around. And now we'll see what this clusterfuck of a Giant organization does on this series at the quarterback position.
And obviously, Jets are working hard on the drag routes because that was pretty much their whole offense in the first go around, and pretty much their whole offense in the second.
The punt was fielded at the 21 on the left sideline. Tried to jump to the middle of the field and was tripped up. Nice play by the Jets on special teams. And we will go to commercial. Hey, Tim.
Yeah, James.
Tim, remember the time we had Mark Collins on the show, former Super Bowl champion of the New York Giants?
Mark Collins, of course.
2-time Super Bowl champion Mark Collins. Well, he knows what it takes to make the team. Tim, he assembled a team of industry leaders, recruiters, and coaches to drive young athletes to achieve their goals, to obtain scholarships, and to always give 110%. You know what Mark Collins is doing nowadays, Tim?
I
Listen
don't
to
know.
this.
What kind of team? What's he doing?
At 25sports.com, if you know any young athletes, if you are a young athlete, here's what they do at 25sports.com, founded by Super Bowl champion 2 times over Mark Collins, number 25. College coaches do not have enough in their budget to evaluate and recruit over 5 million high school athletes across the country and outside the United States of America. Qualified athletes miss out on scholarships because they haven't done enough to get recruited. 25 Sports puts you in front of NCAA and NAIA coaches and provides you with the right tools to help you get recruited. So you could work with 25sports.com and submit video of yourself or your play or your tape. And they work with a bunch of different, you name the sport, they're involved in it. So look into it. If you know an athlete that's up and coming, that's looking to get recruited, that may be having a difficult time, look into it at 25sports.com. It's some interesting stuff from a former New York Giant, Tim.
That's pretty awesome.
Is that pretty cool?
I'm gonna see if I can go to 25 Sports. I still think I have some eligibility left.
I definitely have at least 3.5 years of eligibility left. That's how often I went to school. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to submit some tape to see what happens.
We need to get our tape.
We should get together and run some routes. You block, we'll have Marco run routes, and I'll throw it, and we'll put together a tape, and we'll submit it to Mark Collins. We'll see if we get any hits, we get recruited.
Yeah.
And here he
It'd be
is,
pretty
folks.
awesome.
The 6th pick of the draft, Mr. Jones, number 8, coming out, making his Giants debut. Rousing ovation from the crowd. Gets his first shot from his own 21-yard line, and it's out of the gun. Takes the snap. We're going to see him right away. Throws, and it's complete. To the left, maybe a gain of around 4 or 5 to Latimer. And Jones with the quick read, got rid of it. Accurate, complete. Nice throw on his first attempt. Get the rust off Daniel Jones.
I like it.
2nd down and around 6 for the Giants.
He's already passed for more than Eli has.
Sling it.
Quarterback controversy.
Sling it, Danny. I want to see this kid play. And they
I
call it a
want him
gain
to
of
go
5.
deep.
Giants at the 26. 2 tight end set, takes the snap, handoff, cuts it, first down run for Gallman. Gain of around 9 or 10 in his little burst after he was initially hit. Gallman with a nice run there, Timmy.
Well, what? All of a sudden, you see a little spark in this offense now that D Jones is in. I think everybody wants to see him do well, and that's what you want to see from your team. Is actually they want to see players do well.
Well, I'm going to give
And
you a
they
little
get behind
tidbit.
D Jones.
Something I heard on Hard Knocks last night that I immediately thought of our situation. From our own 35 play action throws complete on a quick
Nice.
slant, gain of around 11. That's complete to, is that
Tate.
Golden Tate?
Golden Tate, who's had
Good
a great
completion in
camp,
traffic.
even
Nice
though
throw
he's going
by
to be
Jones.
suspended.
And a Giants first down. So Jones, completion right off the bat. You get the nice run by Goldman, and then off the play action, a little zip into Golden Tate. Gain of 11, Giants first down. Here comes Danny from the Giant 45. 2 back set.
Let's hand it off.
Play action.
Deep.
A lot of
We going
time.
deep?
Throws downfield.
All right.
Inside the 25-yard line down to the 23 to Cody Latimer. Nice throw by Danny Jones.
I like it.
So do I. Nice
I like what I'm
job.
seeing.
Plenty of time in the pocket. Good protection. Steps into the throw. Slings it to Latimer coming across the field. He caught it around the 38-yard line and made a move up the field and got inside the 25 as the Giants threatened for the first time today with Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. 3 for 3 for 47 yards for Danny. Do you smell a QB controversy?
If I'm just going off those two series, yes.
There we go.
Well,
And it's a handoff again to Goldman inside the 20. Nice run again down to around the 18. Bounced forward to the 17, but he was touched. He's a player. I think he's a perfect fit. God said that. Phil Simms said that. From his own 17, Jones. Handoff again, spinning around like a top is Gallman. What the fuck is he doing? And he gets pushed back. It's a loss on the play. But I'll tell you the truth, I don't mind that because it means we're going to see Daniel Jones in a 3rd and long. And that's some of the stuff that we want to see as Giant fans right now.
Yeah, put a little
Daniel
pressure on him.
Jones in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Maybe Greg Williams here is going to throw a blitz at him, something that maybe he's not used to seeing. And good, bad, or indifferent, it's going to be something that Daniel Jones can see with the coaches on tape. It's a good experience for him to have. First time that Daniel Jones is going to see a 3rd down in a passing situation. So here we go.
Let's see him with some pressure. Let's see what he can do.
Play. It takes it.
All
Throws
right.
complete. First down. Get a 8. Nice throw.
Yeah.
Fowler on the quick out. Right at the sticks.
I like where he's going. He already knew where he was going to go with it. Which
And those
could
are
be
the
a
things
good
we
and
want
bad
to
thing.
see, Tim. Is he going to the right place at the right time, and is he accurate? You can live with the results in preseason, but for a young quarterback, is he going to the right place? Is he making the right read? So far, so good. Dave Gettleman is a fucking genius, Tim. I always love that guy. So here we go. From the 12, Jones takes the snap out of the gun. Plenty of time. Throws. End zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Nice.
Benny Fowler. Danny Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones.
He put it exactly where you needed to put it.
Sling going on. Danny Jones.
And I love the zip that he's put. I like the zip that he puts on this ball. On all the balls
zip on his balls, Tim. He's got some nice zip on his balls, and he gets it in coverage over one man, drops it by the other, and Danny Jones stirring the pot in the Big Apple, taking a big bite out of it in his first drive as the Giants QB. Can you smell it, Timmy? Can you smell it? The media's already. The press box is crazy.
They're going to pounce all over Eli for his.
Check your Twitter feed, Giant fans. It's lighting up.
And again, Giants fans, this is why me and James also said there was no benefit to Eli going out there. And now that Eli looks even worse because he threw for 3 yards, and D Jones comes out and gets a touchdown.
Hey, beautifully done. Nice drive. Can't take anything away from the kid. I'm not going to sit here and go, it's preseason. It's preseason. On that drive, he was accurate with the football. He made throws in tight windows. He anticipated. Right. He had good protection. We didn't see him really have to use his legs at all, but he did his job, and he made throws on a 3rd and 7. He made to get a first down at the sticks, which was pretty good coverage. Fowler
Yeah.
wasn't wide open. He wasn't running free. He had to make a
Nope.
throw there, and then the touchdown throw was a thing of beauty. So tip your cap to Daniel Jones. Beautifully done on his first drive as a Giants quarterback. And I think we should all be ecstatic. Now, let's not go fucking overboard.
The
Okay,
one, the one, the one thing I had to say though, I
we
really
got what we
like.
wanted to see.
100%. We saw what we wanted to see. The biggest thing is I like the fact he's quick and knew where he was going with the ball. It was quick
Doesn't it?
decisions. It wasn't waiting to see if the guy was perfectly open. As I know where I'm going with the ball. I know where I got to put it.
And that was
That's
my
what I wanted
biggest
to see.
question about him when I watched him at Duke was his ability to get through. Now you know what? Here's the thing. Because the defense, and this is why I say let's not go crazy, Giant fans, because you're
Defense
seeing
is
a
also
very
vanilla.
the defenses are always vanilla. So what you saw there was Daniel Jones knowing where he wanted to go with the football and it being open and him delivering the ball on time. That was his first read most of the times, right? How about this? The trick comes down the line when the defense is throwing different things at you and that first read isn't there and you have to make the progression or there's some pressure. So we'll see what happens. But beautifully done, a thing of beauty on his first drive. You couldn't ask for anything better for him to build confidence, for the team to build confidence around him, and for the fan base to really get something to accept for something to really get excited about. This isn't talking now. This is actual play on the field in NFL action. And right now, as a Giant fan, that was beautiful. Beautiful.
And
BEA. Beautiful.
and the fact is the offense sparked the second he came in. It is a totally different offense as soon as D Jones came in.
It just
And
looked different, right? Look at Eli. Eli's
yeah,
like, oh,
well,
shit.
yep. Now I got to
Oh, I
answer all
should have
these
retired.
questions.
I should have went to Jacksonville when I had the fucking chance.
Now I'm gonna lose my job to my long lost cousin.
And this kickoff will be fielded at around the 4. He stumbles, and the Giants smother him inside the 20 at the 15.
I got to give my man Russell Shepard. We have seen quite a few down there, quite a few tackles on special teams already.
Well, how about this? Let's Fowler caught the touchdown. We saw
Yep.
Latimer make a play.
Yep.
So considering that we know Golden Tate is going to be out the first 4 games, and Shepard has the problem with the thumb, where if they continue to let him practice, who knows what the hell happens? What the fuck is going on there, Tim? Well,
I again, I don't
why
know.
is
I
Sterling
understand.
Shepard practicing?
Uh, again, Saquon sits out the preseason game, but Sterling Shepard is practicing when we're trying to heal. In the Eli plays the first series for really no reason whatsoever.
If you wanna go ahead and have Sterling Shepard on the side of the field running simulated routes so that he can get his game speed up, God bless, right? Like I
I'm
have
fine.
no
I'm fine
problem.
with that.
I have no problem with
How
that.
about give it a
For him
week?
to be running around the field in harm's way, and a beautiful play right there
Tay Davis.
by Tay Davis shooting through, baby, making a tackle in the backfield. Great anticipation on that play. Read it all the way, attacked, got in the backfield,
I got
finished
to
him
give
off. Nice job.
my boy Dave Gettleman credit for Tay Davis. He was an undrafted free agent last year,
Man, you
and he
fucking
was a
Gettleman guys are going to go crazy, huh? If this thing turns out to be amazing, huh? You Gettleman guys you got a lot of fodder. You got a lot of
he
fodder.
he
3rd and 11.
he knows
Check
his
the
players.
resume. We need T-shirts that say "Check the resume."
First of all,
Handoff.
yes,
That's a great
yeah,
T-shirt.
yes,
We should get merch. We're gonna make the don't you that's
yep. Check
copyrighted.
the
We said it
resume.
here first. New York Giants check the resume T-shirts.
They'll
Fucking
be
now
they'll be
that's
on the
better than
website next week.
all ball.
Yeah,
Check the resume is better than all ball.
Yeah,
You hear me?
I
I
love it.
should be in fucking marketing. This team should hire me. I don't know what's going on. So, but I don't know why Shepard's running around the field now. These giant receivers that we're gonna have to get accustomed to over the first month of the season.
And let's
Fowler.
be honest, if they aren't playing up to snuff in these first couple weeks, there might be a one or two that come in.
Well, here let's go. So, would you give me the benefit of the doubt that with let's say Sterling Shepard doesn't play, right?
Yeah,
In week one, and we know Tate's suspended. But even if Shepard was to play, you're going to play four receivers at time, right? Like
yeah,
you
100%.
need more than three, right? So, well, let's just say hypothetically, would you concede to me that those three receivers would be Fowler, Latimer, and Shepard, Russell Shepard?
No, you know why I'll say
You
that?
you
Because
wouldn't.
I really think Evan Ingram's going to be playing a lot of receiver.
Oh, no, no, okay. Well, take Evan Ingram's a tight end. Take Evan Ingram the fuck out of it. Okay.
Okay,
Would you concede to me that the top three wide receivers after Sterling Shepard with Tate gone would be those three guys
Latimer, Fowler, and
in
Shepard.
any order? In any order.
Uh, you know what? I think T.J. Jones could be sneaky good.
Okay. All right. But even so, if I threw Jones
I
into
got to
these
see,
numbers,
I got to see him play. And as far as
well,
right now, I
we'll
would
see that.
absolutely agree with. I would agree with you.
All right. So as of the guys that were on the roster last year that have a leg up because they know the offense, right? Let's
Actually, I like
assume.
the way Latimer played last year.
And you're
Latimer
going to
and
see
Fowler
and you're
played
going to
pretty
see,
well
and
last year.
I think you're going to see Latimer and Fowler. I think, and we're going off the field. Are you kidding me? They're going off the field because of
Oh, for the
thunder and
Lightning.
lightning.
Oh God, this is football, guys.
No, but they are safety first, children. Safety first.
I do
Um,
want to say that I'm pumped. This I just realized this is DeAndre Baker's wearing 27,
yeah, it's sexy.
and one of my favorite
Ronnie Hampton.
Giants. And
Yeah.
one of my favorite Giants is Rodney Hampton.
Yep. Exactly.
And I was like, I love that Baker's wearing 27.
Well, let's finish this thought before we decide what we're going to do here. If we're going to take a break until they come back, because I don't see any reason why we would stick around while there's thunder and lightning in preseason.
Yeah,
We
we don't want to
we could
get
all
hurt.
come back if they're gone. If they're gone for an hour, and then the players got to come up and warm up again. We can see where we are in an hour. If worst case scenario, Giant fans, this doesn't we don't come back on this evening because of this inconvenience. You could check here for the next preseason game. As long as the preseason games are televised and I can get them, we'll be doing this during the preseason. I'm paying for NFL Network or NFL Direct ticket just so we can bring this to you every week during the regular season. So we promise that we'll be here doing this, providing this content, giving you a different way to listen to some games during the course of the year. But uh, Benny Fowler, Latimer, and Shepard, right, combined
Yep.
last season, 37 receptions, 62 targets, 59%, 577 yards, 4 touchdowns.
It's sad. It's it's sad, but you can also say there's a lot of untapped potential right there.
Well,
Especially,
I think that's the thing that is intriguing about this team is there's a lot of young pieces that are going to have an opportunity to take the Giants nation by storm. Some of these guys, Fowler, Latimer, the opportunity is going to be there for these guys to produce. And if they make plays on Sunday, they'll become household names in New York City, much like two other wide receivers named Stephen Baker and Mark Ingram. Maybe weren't the best receivers in the league at that time, right?
nope.
But they were for Giant fans. They were memories out the corner of my
Oh,
mind with some of those guys, right? So
who
uh,
doesn't
uh,
remember the
maybe
touchdown
they
maker?
fit. Maybe they fit, and we'll see. We'll see. Hey Tim,
Hey, James,
have you heard about what Gary Reasons is up to? Remember we had
your
Gary
reasons.
Reasons on the
What's he
podcast?
doing?
Yeah, remember Gary Reed? We had him on the podcast all those years ago.
Yeah.
And we've stayed in contact with Gary. He's probably going to come on with us again at some point during the season. But Gary is actually revolutionizing the way healthcare is brought to families throughout this great nation of ours. Did you know that, Tim?
I did not know that. That's amazing.
So Gary Reasons is co-founder of a company called EZMD. You can find it at ezmd.com. And what they are doing is they are a national agency offering discount healthcare benefits that provide convenience, value, and savings to members of the company's discount medical plan. Among the founders of the company is former New York Giant linebacker Gary Reasons, whose goal was to provide convenient and affordable benefits that would provide an alternative to individuals and families as they contend with the ever rising healthcare costs in America. So visit EasyMD, Easy, capital E, letter Z, MD today.com to find out more.
That sounds like another giant is changing the world.
You know what they do? They do like these teledocs, where Gary was telling us about it on the podcast, where like I guess at any time of the night, God forbid something was wrong with you or a family member, you're able to get video access with an actual doctor 24/7 to be able to get you a prescription, to be able to, get you in contact with the right person to provide you any help that you would need. So ezmd.com,
So could they help me?
partially
They help
founded
me with
by
my
New York
pain.
Giant Gary Reason. Are you
They can
kidding
help
me?
me.
Are we live? Are we live? We're live in Cleveland?
Oh yeah.
We're live in Cleveland? All the pretty chicks with the crimson lips, Cleveland Rock, Baker Mayfield slinging it to the left, incomplete. Ooh, how about this? We're bouncing around the league, Tim. Baker looks like, what is he, 5 or 6? They're 1-7. Oh no, this is a replay. Okay. They're showing maybe the first drive here. Looks like they marched down and scored. Baker already has a touchdown pass scrolling across,
Yeah.
but it looks like they're showing the drive. So that's pretty cool.
That's that's all right.
But yeah, that Gary Reason
How
thing
bad
is
is it
pretty
that
cool.
any other time, I would root for Cleveland because they've been underdogs for a long time, but because of Odell and Baker Mayfield backing him up with his little trash talk too, I'm rooting against these guys.
Well, I think it's absolutely hilarious how you guys have turned on Odell.
You know what? I had no problem until he started talking trash about the Giants. Like it was all their fault that he was hurt.
I found it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Da 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 da. Brought to you
And
by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
that's my boy. I wish was on the Giants is Nick Chubb.
Well, Tim, if we had our way last year, he might have been.
Yep, we could have won back to back Chubbs, and
We could have went back to back Chubbs. We could have went Darnold and Chubb. Don't even get me started. Um, but I'll tell you the truth. If Daniel Jones is
if Daniel Jones does,
The Danny Jones we saw on that first drive, uh, all of a sudden, people like me who've been screaming for the last year, you're going to have a lot to throw in my face, if
well,
that's the case.
that's the let's say let's. I wish I had a little sound effect, like almost fantasy, like bell rings. Let's say Daniel Jones is good. Let's say he's really good, and he's our heir apparent for the next 10 years. Then that Saquon pick was not a bad pick.
You're right.
It,
Hold on, wait a minute. You're wrong. You still never take a running back at 2.
you know what?
Um,
I was listening to Terrell Davis talk about this, and Terrell Davis like, you can't pass up superstars.
well, Tim, when your team is, we've talked about this. There are positions in the. Did you see the article that I sent you today about the Bears?
Let's put it this way. And I agree. I agree. The thing is, I love arguing with you with this point, but I'm on your side because I argued before that draft, before we took Saquon, the same things you were saying. I said it makes no sense. Let's get a pass rusher because then we can save money. If you aren't sold on any of the quarterbacks, again,
Or do you trade back?
or you trade back. I would love to say trade back, but again, you also need somebody that partner would do that. But
Well, I think, well, Tim,
that
we
being
don't know that because he shut his phones off. But
well, that being said, I mean that being said, there was guys we both were on Sam Darnold, and I was on Nick Chubb anyway. So I was like, I would have took Nick Chubb as my second, the second best running back anyway. But after seeing Saquon, I could see why they wanted to take him.
well, I could see the allure of wanting to take a player like Saquon too. He's amazing,
He's
right?
amazing, and he's
But
he's their leader right now.
but where you're taking him, look around the league and look how difficult it is. You have, I mean, we have to be completely honest about the situation. The Giants don't run themselves like most organizations, right? But for the most part, and you get the feeling that the Giant organization that Saquon is going to have no problem getting that second contract. But that's a
Absolutely not.
concern. But that's a concern, though, right? Because you have to talk about a guy that is going to be making a ton of money down the line. That is going to be, I mean, he's going to touch the ball by the time that second contract comes around. Tim, how many times are you going to touch the ball in the NFL?
Well, let's put it this way: it's all play money at this point. And the other thing you would actually have to think about, let's again, if, in our hypothetical, if D Jones is the heir apparent, he would be a year away from getting that second contract.
But and you're right. And D Jones, right? If D Jones is what you say he is, does he need Saquon Bar? If D Jones is a superstar, then by the structure of the NFL as it is today, do you need to pay the running back position that much money?
And honestly, I think it's proven that most teams won't. But Saquon is a leader, and honestly, and this is what made me think about it when you started talking about it was I think you were so close to being like Gettleman, and that's why I don't think you like him. Because
Oh,
just
you
think
think it's like
about,
a sort of like a mother type thing?
yeah, like you're like too close to it. You're like, well, what's he thinking? Because if you think about it, he walked into the situation with Odell, with a lot of players that let's be honest, he didn't want, and he builds his team through the line, old school, like you. I would consider you an old school guy. And
But
what do
I'm
you, what do
willing.
you do? He
Oh,
He did he pay Odell? Yes. Odell was a superstar, but you wouldn't have been able to trade Odell for what you got with not having an extension.
Tim, if you
So
would have
he not
franchised
only
him,
did
it
he
would have
come
came
in,
with
he
draft
cleared
picks.
JPP off the cap. He cleared Vernon.
Well, they to me they handled the Odell Beckham thing. It was completely inexcusable. The simple fact that there was no that they were held hostage, and there was no reason for them to be held hostage. They basically held themselves hostage. I mean, this you're talking about a guy who was nothing but a headache for them for years before, and it seems like Giants fans are just
Well, it was
ignoring
also
that.
coming in with a new coach and a new GM. A
Well,
lot of people be like,
but he had
maybe
been
he'll change
through
for me.
but he had
You
been
know that
through at that point it was the second GM. But Tim, at that but they didn't if
it,
that's the case, but Tim, if that's the case, they had already been through one GM and two head coaches, right?
yeah,
So Gettleman comes in. This guy has been nothing but a fucking head case, right? You get the video of the cocaine and whatever on the bed in Paris,
yeah.
and then he acts like a good Samaritan for 2 months, and you decide to unload the bank to him. Now, the reason why I don't load, I don't, I say that was a dumb move, was because Odell Beckham Jr. was under contract for another season. And then because of the fact of where you took him, there was an option where you could have franchised him. And Odell Beckham Jr. was under the Giants' control for 3 seasons. So
Very very true.
the Giants were in no rush to
There
throw
were no
money at
rush, but I can't see Odell not holding out if we franchise them. Honestly, I can't see him
him.
not holding out.
Then you fucking fight him.
Well, no, it is true, but my point in the situation is whether the reasons for the move is he's building a team the way you would build a team right now anyway.
And Tim,
Other than D
he
Jones,
didn't hold out though. He showed up at
no,
camp.
he
Remember,
didn't.
he was a Boy Scout. So why not let
But
him go through the entire season as a Boy Scout before you let him go. Or
What's
you
going on,
resign.
gentlemen? What's going on?
And the boss is in the building. We're in a lightning delay.
Yeah, I am driving in the lightning delay.
Yikes.
So
And they're showing the Bills right now. I like, and I liked them before. I liked the Singletary kid.
Well, here's what I wonder. I wonder if we're going to see a change of possession here if we get to see Chad Kelly sling it a little bit. A little Chad Kelly preseason action.
Chad Kelly playing in
Woo!
Buffalo.
Singleton with a couple of couple of spin moves.
what did you think of the initial Daniel Jones drive?
There was
He
nothing
looked
not
great.
to like about it, Marco. There was nothing
He
not to
didn't
like.
make a mistake.
It was a thing of beauty, and when you get a chance to see it play for play, which I'm sure you'll see it when you get home,
Mm-hmm.
it was the throws were spot on, the reads were accurate. He got rid of the ball quickly. Nothing not to like if you're a Giants fan. You should be, from what we saw, a lot to be excited about as Giant fans.
Was that against the Jets' first team D also?
No, it was against parts of the Jets'
Half
first.
and half.
They started. They actually ran Eli out there for the first 3 plays, and the Giants went 3 and
Right.
out. And then Jones came in. So at that point, I don't know. There were definitely some starters out there. I'm not going to sit here and say that there was the whole second team, but I don't know enough
Mixed.
to say okay that there weren't some mixed in second team players that might have been getting time with the first team. So, but for the most part, it was the guys who started the game for the Jets, and he walked right down the field on them, and a beautiful touchdown pass in the right corner of the end zone to Fowler.
And I must say, I'm liking the Discord. It sounds crystal clear.
It does sound crystal clear. It's a lot better quality.
Yeah,
Now
100%.
we don't have an intro. We don't
Yeah,
have our
I'll
callers.
figure out a way to hack that.
We have we have better quality, I would say. And I haven't been reading any of the comments or anything like that to see if anybody's enjoying it or if anybody says it sounds good. So I'm not sure what you're gonna walk into.
The barrage.
We've been on good behavior though, for the most
We have
part.
some good behavior. We've been reading spots. We got commercials, Marco.
I heard one or two.
Did you heard one of the commercials?
I did.
Did you like it?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Hey Tim.
You didn't catch it. I was trying to get painkillers.
No, it was,
I was like, can I call a teledoc so I can get some painkillers?
well, Tim, if you're looking for painkillers, let me tell you a little bit about what Leonard Marshall is doing. See, those painkillers, Tim, they'll kill you, right? They'll eat you insides out. You don't want to take those pills. Leonard Marshall, former Giants Super Bowl champion 2 times over, Leonard Marshall is working with a company called Alexinol. If you're wondering how that is spelled, it is Eli, as in our franchise quarterback, Elixinol. And you can go to Alexinol.com. Alexinol was founded by a group of passionate leaders committed to being a leading worldwide manufacturer of CBD products. We have over 20 years of relationships with hemp farmers around the globe. Alexinol. And they have everything from CBD gels, Tim, to drops, to like powders and stuff like that. So you can check that out for your painkillers and get a healthy way to deal with some of those little issues that you're dealing with on an everyday basis.
All right,
Oh, that
gentlemen.
sounds
How's
awesome.
that for a spot? How's that for a spot?
Segue.
Somebody get me a job.
Segue.
How come I'm not getting paid for doing this shit?
I'd
Segue.
rather have THC.
Please mention that we are not getting paid for this.
No, we're definitely not.
All right, I'm gonna look. The wife is looking at me. She is starving. We are driving home in the lightning.
Oh, by the way,
Oh, the
Marco.
wife is there.
Yeah, she's
By
here.
Mr. CEO.
By the way,
Mrs.
Marco, we want shirts to be made. Check the resume.
Yeah,
Check the resume.
check the
Yep,
resume.
check the
shirt.
resume shirts.
I think that's a great idea.
It's a phenomenal. It's better than all ball. So enjoy your dinner, guys.
All right, enjoy the rest of the game if it comes back on.
Later, handsome.
All right,
Hey,
bye.
Tim.
Hey, James. We're just gonna run after. Like we ran out of shows, so now we're gonna do commercials.
That's great. Hey, I figured, you know what? Like a lot of people don't know. Like if we got Giant fans listening to us, and we got former Giant players that were kind enough to come on our show, and people who have been associated with the franchise who have given us an opportunity to do things that we never once dreamed to do. Why not like shout them out some of the stuff that they've been doing and try to direct people to maybe some things that can help them out. I mean, all three of those products are pretty cool when you think about it, and they're all associated with members of our proud franchise, and they're all from players that help contribute to memories that we all have, and things we'll never forget. So they're a piece of our lives, so why not share with the community and try to drive some people to see maybe what they're doing.
Yeah, James. How do you feel about CBD anyway?
I'm a big fan. I mean, anything that's not a pill, like I don't. I think that the doctors are pretty much just pushing like whatever rep is in there.
Yeah,
So I'm not a big fan of that stuff. So I'm interested in learning whatever I can about I got one of my buddies is actually doing it now, to where he's working with somebody who is a distributor of CBD oils, and they go to seminars and they do all this stuff, and it's really interesting the effect that it
yeah.
has on you, and it seems to help. Like it really like I know a lot of people that have different ailments and issues, and everybody knows somebody that's going through some shit, but it seems to there's different types that will help people in so many different ways, and it doesn't destroy your insides like those fucking pills that they're prescribing people.
Well, it also sounds like I'm getting an unleaded version, to be honest with
Well, I mean, you may be, I don't know, but
you. This.
yeah.
But I do know. I know somebody that down here. That works for a place called Remedy Review, and they do a lot of stuff on
Name drop.
CBDs. Yep.
Yeah, it's blowing up. I mean, it's an industry that's absolutely blowing up right now, and it's doing a lot of good for people. So we'll see what happens. Jewess, was that Jewess? And there's Eric
Oh, Eric
Flowers.
Flowers. There we go.
How many Giant fans are throwing shit at their television right now? They did not think they were going to have Eric Flowers on. You tell a Giant fan right now they can't sit down
He is not playing
just
left
sitting down to
tackle.
watch the game, turns on the television, and it's Eric Flowers in a Redskin uniform. You might have a suicide on your case. Oh, that's a holding penalty right there. Myles Garrett just got basically fucking held on to.
That was Flowers, wasn't it?
It might have been whoever it was pulling at him because he went blowing past him. And Trent
Yeah, I
Williams
think.
is he's not reporting, huh?
No, he doesn't want to be there.
He
And
does not
I would.
want to
I
be
wish.
there.
Granted, he's a Redskin. I would love Giants to go trade for Trent Williams.
Yeah, you'd have to give up a shit ton though. And you're doing it in the division. They're gonna want a ton for that left tackle. And that wasn't he didn't blow up
And that
Flowers.
wasn't
It was
Flowers.
another it wasn't
Flowers was
Flowers.
playing left guard.
Yeah. So Flowers did not get beat like a drum on that
Oh, he
play.
might
So
have, but it just not in that play.
well, Miles
Not
Garrett
by
is
Garrett.
Jesus. Garrett is unbelievable. He's such a good ball player.
Oh, Garrett's a monster.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's an absolute monster.
You know what? While we're wasting time, let's what let's pick our teams of who you would take at anybody in the NFL, but you can't take a Giant player at
Okay.
every position.
Ooh, at every position?
Yes. Well, we'll just go down we'll go down the line. Let's start on defense. Free safety. Who would be your top free safety?
Top, but we're gonna go. I mean, I don't like some of the top guys. I like.
Who would you? I mean, well, it doesn't make a difference who the top guys. Who would you take on your team?
Um, I like the kid. I like the young kid in Chicago. What's his name? Is it Eddie Goldman? What's his name?
Oh, Eddie Jackson.
Eddie, is it Eddie Jackson? When I say Goldman,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, where did I get that name from? Eddie, yeah, it's
Well,
Eddie. I like
Goldman.
Eddie.
I think Goldman did play for. I think Eddie Goldman did play for Chicago as a linebacker. I think.
Was it like 1947 that he played for them?
Yeah, probably. You know your early years. But no, Eddie Jackson's solid. I'm with you on that. Hmm.
Yeah, that would
See,
be my. I would say that would be my guy there. And he's young. See, I like young.
yeah, I'm with you with that. Yeah, even
Is this
watching the
Lamar?
Hard Knocks last night with Abrams.
That's what that was something I wanted to say as well.
Yeah, yeah, bring it up.
Well, here. So last night I'm watching Hard Knocks last night, and I thought of the Giant. You watched it?
Yes, I watched. You know, I was probably watching the same time you did.
Okay. So, do you remember the scene where I think it's who was the wide receiver that was talking to Antonio Brown? It wasn't. He played for the Giants for a little bit, didn't he? He
Oh
played for the
shit.
Packers. He played for the Raiders.
Oh, James Jones.
James Jones, right?
Yeah,
So, James Jones was talking to Antonio Brown, and he was talking about Derek Carr's rookie season, I guess, right?
yep.
And
I thought about the same thing after I just saw the D Jones thing.
right, he was talking about how they were in training camp and how the team had brought in Matt Schaub. Now, I'm not Giant fans, relax. I'm not comparing Eli Manning to Matt Schaub, but wow, it is pouring at MetLife Stadium.
How miserable is that? And you're even if you're there for week one or for preseason week one, you don't want to be there anyway. You just probably got tickets. Like it's free. Somebody gave you tickets for free.
Yeah, it's a weeknight. It's a Thursday night. You got to
Yeah, I
go
got to
there.
work
Now it's a
tomorrow
3 hour
anyway,
delay.
and now I
This
got to
place
sit
is
there and
gonna.
get poured on.
It'll be empty. This place will be empty when they come back to play the rest of the game. Absolutely empty.
Oh, we
But
saw the last D Jones for tonight.
so he, you know what, you might have, you might have, and I don't know that that's a bad thing after another hour, hour and a half
Nah,
delay. Like that's
after
gonna,
that, I mean,
yeah. If you got
why
four
put him back
quarterbacks
out
on the
there?
roster, like see the other two were in the second quarter. I saw all I need from Jones. Just get to the other game. This isn't inconvenient. This isn't convenient at all. But you know what? We have bigger fish to fry.
But just
So
like you said, just like what you saw in Hard Knocks,
yeah,
them
where they were talking
talking
about
about
Carr
Derek
coming
Carr.
in preseason, and they saw him in camp, and he was slinging it. And
Yep,
every day in practice, they were saying Matt Schwab is the guy, Matt Schwab is the guy, Matt Schwab is the guy. And in the preseason game, I guess the first preseason game against Seattle, Carr went in and lit it up. And in the next day in practice, um, they switched over to Carr from Schwab. Now, I don't think that happens at all here, but the part that I thought was interesting was when Jennings made the face and he was saying Matt Schwab is the guy, Matt Schwab is the guy, and we're looking at them like, and he makes that face because in practice, they knew that Carr was the better quarterback. And the thing
yeah.
that I think that the Giant players, then the Giant organization, what they can have a problem with is every day seeing the better quarterback in practice and then not having him be able to play in the games because Eli is blocking that path. And I think
And,
that becomes a
and
very
I totally agree with you.
dangerous. I think that
It,
becomes a very dangerous thing because then the locker room starts splitting, and then you have this is a very delicate situation. I think Jones was picked partially because they think he's very good at being able to handle it, but can the locker room handle it if you're going out there and not performing on Sundays and it's because of the quarterback and you know Jones gives you a much better shot based off what you're seeing during the week?
well, there's also two trains of thought. Because this roster is so young, other than a handful of players, they're going to pretty much listen to the coach. At one train of thought. But the other train of thought could
Yeah.
be because they're so young, they're like, hey, let's run all young. Let's get D Jones in here. Let's do this. That's going to be the thing. I mean, other than Eli and Anthony Bethea, everybody's what 5 years and younger.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah, I can
could.
hear you now.
I had to come on. The weather delay was a chance for me to catch up. I had to work a little late, and so I started the game about 7:30. And
Yeah.
now that we're caught up, had to pop in for a few minutes, see what you guys think.
Well, here's what I think. I think that, as I've been telling you the whole time, Dave Gettleman is a genius.
Justin,
Hey,
what you
man,
didn't realize is I think I convinced James, and now that he's thinking about it a little bit, that
no, that's
he's
definitely not
closer to
it.
he's closer to thinking like Gettleman than he realizes.
No, me being wrong about Daniel Jones and me being wrong about taking a running back at 2 are be two completely different things. Justin, we just had Marco pop on for a second too, and same thing. I think that if you watch that as a Giant fan, there's no reason not to be thrilled and excited about what you just saw. Right, the
It
ball
was
came out quick, the throws were crisp, they were accurate. The reads were good. There were some throws in tight windows. We got to see him on a 3rd and 7, hit a guy at the sticks when it wasn't wide open. He had to make a throw there, and
well.
he
Here's
did.
the
So
thing. Like
encouraged.
we've now, I will grant you, okay, before the 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 mobs of people come and get me. I will say, obviously, it's against the second string Jets defense, and it's the first preseason game, so it's not top notch football that's being played right now.
Well,
However,
we threw a caveat in there as well. Like, so
We
it was
realize that.
it was the second series. It was probably some mixed in starters. It's
with
a
that
very
being
vanilla.
said,
It's a very vanilla scheme he's going against.
this is what I saw, and I was watching very intently. We saw Eli come in. We saw the same thing out of Eli that we see all the time. We saw him roll out. We saw him look downfield. We saw him afraid to throw the ball. He threw the ball to
Checked out.
Simonson on a little 3-yard drag bullshit.
Simonson says, gain of 3.
Eli, if you're listening, call in during the thunderstorm and tell us how much you suck. So, but secondly, then we saw on 3rd and 8, Eli's looking at the numbers in the preseason game. He's looking at the numbers in the box, and it's a handoff to Goldman. That does nothing for me.
No.
Right? So, because Eli has stuff to prove right now. So then Daniel Jones comes in.
I think
right?
it's a shame. I don't think he has anything to prove. I think it's a damn shame.
Well,
But I don't think he has
that's what
anything.
me and James were talking about. There was no benefit whatsoever for Eli to be even in there on the first series.
No.
If
Daniel
Saquon can
Jones
sit
comes
out,
in.
if Saquon can sit out, you tell me Eli can't.
Exactly correct. Daniel Jones comes in, hits a 5-yard hitch, coming back, hits Golden Tate on a slant.
Beautiful throw to Tate.
That's perfectly timed.
Yep.
Nice RPO action. I'm telling you that at some point in the regular season, they're going to add Daniel Jones rolling out on that and potentially giving the threat to run. They didn't
You would
do
hope
that on
so.
that play, but that's
You would
what's
hope so.
coming off that, which Eli can't do. Then hits Latimer perfectly across the middle of the field, gives him space and time to run across the formation and for yards after catch. Then money down in the NFL, 3rd and 7.
8 yards. Boom.
Hits the wide receiver on an 8-yard perfect out. The pass is there as the wide receiver comes out of his break and in a place where only the receiver can get the ball.
I thought
And
that
then
was
on the
impressive.
touchdown
Yep.
pass, don't forget the linebacker's in front.
Oh, he puts it right over him.
So it's
over
over
him.
the linebacker, but in front of the safety, but outside enough that the safety can't make a break on it.
Do you know what I thought of?
It was
I
a
thought of the
perfect
play.
throw.
I thought of the play last year in the last game of the year against Dallas, where Eli had a very similar throw, and it was
Couldn't make it.
awful and underthrown, and he couldn't make it. And it was a very similar throw, and he couldn't get it over the linebacker, and the ball ended up being intercepted. So, yeah, great throw.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't misunderstand what I'm saying here, because I understand it's preseason.
No,
It is what it is.
we said
However,
that we said Justin, it was his. You know what we saw was a lot of the first read was there, and he knew it, and he knew what he was looking for, and he delivered the ball accurately. And I have no fucking problem with that. Like that's
no,
awesome.
absolutely not.
Where
Because
where
listen,
where you're where you want to see is in time, and this is going to come as he puts more film on tape and his defenses start expanding. Is when the first read isn't there, how he gets to the second read and the third read, and then delivers the ball, and that will come. But for what we saw tonight, what we wanted to see, I don't think you could ask for anything more.
you could not. And
No.
in that position, any quarterback, in Daniel Jones's shoes is going to have to deal with some nerves and some pressure and deal with some expectations. And he went 5 for 5 and threw a touchdown pass. You
Yeah.
can't
And
ask for
And there were
more out of a player at that point in time than what he was able to give us.
and
exactly.
there were
It's
no
literally
clear
his first
completions
series.
either. He made some throws in some tight windows. He made some nice throws that were NFL throws. There were no easy check down, little dump offs or anything like that. Even the 5 yard throw was a timing throw where you had guys there where he was coming across, where you had to make the read that the guy wasn't going over the top, that he came underneath so you can get the ball there, and he puts the ball right where it needed to be. So some encouraging things to see and good things for him to put on film to go and look at with his coaches and continue this progression as he continues his move to the starting job, because it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
It's gonna and if he puts together a preseason that we think that he could put together. Now every drive isn't gonna be like that. But you don't have to look any further than what, you know, Drew Lock did in Denver last week to see what a rookie quarterback can do in these games on the negative side. So if Daniel Jones continues to progress through the preseason, I think Eli starts week 1 against Dallas. He probably plays week 2. But if he plays mediocre through those first 2 games and Daniel Jones had a decent preseason, we could be looking at a situation week 3, week 4 where do they bring the kid in?
Well, every performance. Here's the thing, and this is where I sort of feel bad for Eli, and because there's nothing he can do.
No.
Like we've seen, like I don't think that there's another level for Eli to kick it up to, right? So every Daniel Jones completion that comes slinging out, that's on the money, that there's guys running after the catch, that's accurate, is a log on the fire. And starting right now on Twitter, I will guarantee you, the
Twitter's
media,
blowing.
the
I haven't
Twitter,
looked, James.
the media is, oh man, are they going to take this and are they going to run with it?
the best meme I saw was it was a video from behind of a bunch of like parkour kids jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and the caption was live looking of Giants fans jumping on the Daniel Jones bandwagon after that touchdown pass.
That's great. That's great.
But the other thing too that's crazy, because I mean, listen, I started this game late, and because I was working late and I got home late, but like my phone was buzzing at 7:30 with looking eye emojis and Daniel Jones exclamations from every Giant fan that I know. The fan base has something to be excited about now, and it's what we needed. Can you imagine if he would have started out 1 for 5 with an interception?
Very
like,
true.
like
So very true.
like
We would have all just been depressed.
5 for 5 with a touchdown. We have something to look forward to now. Like, not that I don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't think we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year, but at least we have something to build
Yeah,
on
yeah.
now.
When you
Something to
have
be
that young,
excited about.
I totally agree with you. When you have that young quarterback, when you have that piece, you're excited about. Yet we understand that he's going to take his lumps early. We understand that there's going to be some ups and downs, but you're 100% right. What it does is it gives the franchise hope that the next step is going to come. that you're going to see that quarterback. You're going to watch the evolution of what that quarterback can become, and it provides hope of what he can be. The thing about Eli is we know what he was and we know what he is, and what he was is greater than what he is. That's not saying anything bad about Eli Manning. That's life. In terms of an athlete, you're better at 28 years old than you are at 38 years old. I'm sorry, unless you're Tom Brady. There's
Unless we go to
exceptions.
F2 camp or
There's
whatever.
exception. There's exception to every rule. So uh, you know, I, I think they got to play the kid. I think the earlier the better. I want to see him go through those lumps in year one so that I can be fired up going into year two. And I think the quicker that happens, the better. The problem is I don't really trust this franchise to pull the trigger as quickly as we think maybe it should be pulled. And when weeks start trickling away in the NFL, that's one extra week that you don't get to see this kid progress. That he doesn't get to throw a pick six in the late in the third quarter. That's gonna be a lump that he's gonna have to deal with all week, so that he can come back from that and learn from it. So, uh, you know, I hope they do the right thing, man. I hope they do
Well,
the.
here's also the deal. With every game that he plays well, even in the preseason, that's another guarantee that Eli will not get extended.
I mean, they listen. Here's the deal. They
As well.
Eli knows what's coming. There's been a
Oh yeah.
few articles that have been written where he's talking about how he's gonna, be the leader for a young team and how he knows he has to make the most of it. There's a reason why he came into this season in the best shape of his life. Like Eli's no dummy. We might be frustrated with the way that he's playing the game now, but that's not because he's a dumb person or he's not a
No,
football
no, not at all.
savant. I mean, he comes from the Manning family. They're the quarterbacking royalty of the NFL. The reason why Eli Manning struggles is because physically he doesn't
Yes,
have the athletic talent anymore. But he
yes.
sees the writing on the wall. He knows what's happening. And they cut to him during the drive and
Yep.
he didn't look like a guy that was rooting on a young kid. He looked like a guy that was like, "Oh, really? I have to
Like
deal with this now."
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, I
All
get
he's
it.
thinking about is the interview after.
Right,
That's
exactly.
all he's like. I gotta talk about
100%.
Daniel Jones, how good he looked.
Yep. Well, did you see him standing there after Jones after the touchdown throw? He looked like the stepchild standing up there.
They should I mean, Daniel Jones should play minimum 2 quarters in every preseason game this year. That's a
Yes.
minimum. 2 quarters. Let him go through what he's going to do. And, you know, at some point this year, he needs to get live regular season bullets. And then next year, tell Golden Tate not to take any performance enhancing drugs during the offseason. Sign a right tackle, bring in a wide receiver, and
Well,
you know,
that's the thing. If we find
Billy,
out we have our quarterback for the future, guys, we have
it,
120 million in cap space next year.
no, yeah, I get it. I get it. But you're gonna have to overpay for some guys because not a lot of people want to play for our general manager. But they will want to play for our fan base, Justin, after they see the T-shirts that we're gonna make called
Yep.
"Check the Resume."
100%,
Oh,
100%.
is that a great tee? Is that not a great
Oh,
T-shirt?
yes. I love it.
Check the resume.
And I don't know when we're gonna come out of the rain delay here, but something else to look at. This is another great opportunity. The Giants are getting the ball out of the rain delay. You're going to see Daniel Jones. You're going to see him, what he does after he comes back from an hour-long rain delay. He's had a chance to sort of settle into what this is going to be. And what does Drive 2 do? If he fires off another 4 completions, for 60 yards and even leads to a field goal, I'm impressed. You know what I
I
mean?
don't.
So,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't.
impressed, but I'm
There's
also scared. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
There's
That's
nothing. There's nothing he can do tonight that's going to. I saw what I needed to see.
Right.
He's getting it. Whatever they've done in practice has obviously translated to the field. He executed the game plan. He was getting rid of the ball quick. He was completing the ball accurately. He got the ball where it needed to be. Like there's like I expect lumps, right? Things like this. You've exceeded my expectations for the evening, Daniel. So like I don't like right now at this point, like he's is his rookie preseason game one, right? So you're dealing. What are we dealing with here? So for what we've seen, for what he's playing against, I have no qualms. It's a nice first step. So even if he was to come out and get a pass batted and or throw a pick or have an ugly 3-and-out, and they have to punt, uh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I actually would prefer that because I actually think that it's sometimes you learn a lot more from the negatives on film than you do from the positives on film. So I wouldn't mind a couple of series of adversity so that he can go back on whatever day that they're going to reconvene and say, okay, here are some bad plays on tape. What happened? Here's what I saw. Here's what you should have seen. And then how he takes the next step, putting that together in week two is the next thing that we're looking for. So um, hopefully he does hit a little bit of adversity and he's not just marching up and down the field here.
Well, so you know, you're also looking at, I mean, as Daniel Jones progresses here, these are all good things for Pat Shermer. Remember, Eli is a known quantity. I don't think at this point in his career, he's looking to make a lot of changes or adjustments to the way that he's coached or the way that he plays. And so, that's why he comes in on 3rd and 8 in a preseason game and does a check down because he doesn't really care. He's going to do what he does. But, you know, Daniel Jones is a blank slate for this supposed new coach that they brought in that's a quarterback guru. And we're going to see what he's able to turn Daniel Jones into. And, you know, he has a pretty good track record of raising quarterbacks in Minnesota. So these are all good things and it's reasons to be optimistic. I think that the better that Daniel Jones does, the more likely that we see Pat Shermer for a while.
I think those two are going to be tied together. If Jones progresses and it's under the tutelage of Shermer, then Shermer's going to get an opportunity to flourish here with Jones in New York. Those two should be tied at the hip. And that's why I think that when people would say that Shermer was on a short leash this year, I didn't see it. I think that he's going to get every opportunity to succeed with Daniel Jones. Um, and it definitely buys them into year three, in my opinion.
100%. I saw players on the field on the live look-in, so
yeah, they're doing the warm ups or whatever.
I think we might be close.
Hey guys, have you heard of vitamin B1?
No, what is vitamin B1?
Oh, it's called the scientific name. I believe is pronounced thiamine. It's involved in every main bodily function that we do, including our nervous system and our daily muscle function. It's used for boosting the
What?
immune system, reducing heart disease, improving athletic performance. B1 increases energy, fights stress, and aids in the preventing of memory loss due to the early onset of Alzheimer's disease. Do you believe that?
I did
I
not
mean,
know that.
sounds
And
like
if
a
you go to
wonder drug.
buy1.com, you would support our two-time Super Bowl champion Pepper Johnson, who's been live on the podcast, who right now is working with the B1 patch and Natural Institution of Health to supply these patches out to people who are dealing with certain ailments to help them get through it on an everyday basis. That's buyb1.com. And I believe the code to get Pepper Johnson involved is PEP52. Buyb1.com. Get your B1 patch today.
It's almost like you knew that information directly.
I'm just guessing. Justin, you haven't heard the commercials? Justin, we've been doing commercials all night long.
No, I just called in. I had to, after I got home from work, I had to spend some time with the wife, and then, I immediately got the text message from a few of my buddies, and so she let me, flip the game on, during supposed
Slip it
time
in.
that we were gonna spend together, and then I could just see her slowly like resigning to the fact that I was gonna be talking about the Giants for the rest of the night. She left the room and she was like, "I'll see you tomorrow."
Yep. Take care. Good night. It's football season.
Bye bye. I have things to do.
Yeah.
She already asked me. She was like, "Do you want a number 8 jersey?" I said it wouldn't be a bad investment.
You know
I
what?
can
I'm
see
going. I'm
myself
going. I think
wanting
I'm
one
going to
that
get a
much.
Baker jersey.
You're going Baker.
I'm going Baker.
I,
I like
I
27.
I can't buy any current players.
Yeah,
I
don't
jinx.
buy any current
Current.
player. We don't
No,
need
I
that.
jinxed them. I
By the
jinxed
way,
them.
if you guys are watching Josh Rosen, I think NFL Network has him on right now.
Yeah, he is
Yeah, I'm watching.
He's getting hit a little
killed.
bit.
Yeah, he's getting killed.
He's getting smashed around.
He is getting smashed around. He just took a wallop. I don't know how he got that ball
I got to
out.
say he's no D Jones.
Right. I mean, I think
I don't know
maybe
how he got that
Gettleman knew
ball
what
out.
he was doing.
No, God no.
No. So
Kalen Balaj.
when are we going to hear about the Golden Tate thing?
What's up? What about Golden?
I thought the hearing was this week.
It was
Wasn't
Tuesday.
Oh,
it?
he's getting suspended for 4 games.
Oh, he's getting suspended. I'm not worried about that. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see how they would reduce that or anything.
We're gonna have Shepard and
So
Cody Latimer starting.
It's going
I
to be
mean, see
Shepard,
Robert Mathis in
Latimer,
2014.
Shepard,
Oh,
Latimer, and
yeah.
Fowler.
So Justin, I'll read you the stats, right? So let's say week 1, let's say Shepard can't go because they continue to make him practice and keep throwing him passes, and let's say something happens with his thumb because
Idiots.
the team's fucking stupid.
Idiots.
Yeah, right. So let's say that they have to go with the
Did you see?
trio
I
of
think that you saw, just to cut in for just a minute.
go.
DeAndre Baker hit him this week in practice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, what?
Why is he in? Eli, they said that he was going to run routes and nobody's going to throw him the ball, yet Eli keeps throwing him the ball. What the fuck is going on?
When I saw that, I
Do
almost
you think
texted you,
Eli's like the
"Did
only
we just
one
become
open?
best friends?"
You think Eli's like, listen, he's open. He's the only guy open is the guy with the yellow jersey.
I don't. Yeah, right. That's because they can't hit him,
Why
Eli.
is he open? Oh, it's because no one can touch him.
He's going to give fucking Sterling Shepard CTE because he can't use his hands. He's going to keep hitting him in the fucking head with the ball.
Well, and here's the thing: like, Eli's throwing the ball because he's open, but I can't blame the defenders for wanting to hit him after because they just go into response mode. Like,
Yeah,
it's Eli's
like they're just
responsibility
reacting. They're
to
just
make sure.
they're just reacting. He's out
Right.
there running around like they're reacting to the ball and the play, and they want to hit the ball, and the ball's going to his hands. What the fuck is going to happen? His hands are going to take a hit.
It's literally like the kid Eli's cheating in the backyard. Like
I
Eli
don't-
and Shepard are like scoring touchdowns. Like, guys, we told you before, you guys don't count. He doesn't
And
count.
it's not like, guys, it's not like we played Dallas. It's not like we played Dallas in 4 days.
Right.
Yeah. Well, why would
Like, what
the whole
what
thing
is
with
the
Sterling Shepard
rush?
practicing makes no sense. I
What
understand
is
his thumb
the
might
rush?
be fractured that bad, but hey, you know what, Sterling? Go run on the sidelines, and you know what? Just take a week off. Take 2
And
weeks
dude,
off.
here's the other thing. Like the thumb could be healing. Like the thumb could be healing fine, and then
Yep.
a pass glances off his thumb, and it sets him back 2 weeks. Like that's how shit lingers for the course of this season. This is why 2 weeks ago when this happened and we were talking on the podcast, I said I'm concerned because this is something that that it's his hand, and if they don't take care of this the right way, instead, even if it costs him week 1, I'd rather have him for 15 weeks healthy or 14 weeks healthy as opposed to 16 weeks battling an injury with his hands
Well,
when he's a receiver.
you think after Odell's comments that Shepard's not worried about Eli hurting his thumb?
I mean, it doesn't take a hard thrown ball to hurt your thumb. I mean, it could.
It's
It could
Eli.
take
I'm not
somebody.
worried about it.
What if somebody swats at the ball while you're carrying it? What if
No,
you
I
fall
agree
on
with
it?
you.
Right. So, all right, so Justin, here you go. If they had to start the season with Fowler, Latimer, and Shepard,
Yeah.
right?
Lay it
Russell
on
Shepard
me.
combined last year, 37 receptions on 62 targets.
Okay.
That's a 59% completion clip.
Yeah. Okay.
577 total yards, 4 touchdowns. Individually, Fowler, 16 catches on 27 targets for a $1.99 and a score. Latimer, 11 receptions on 16 targets for a $1.90 and a score. And Shepard, 10 receptions, 19 targets, a $1.88, 2 scores.
Yeah. I mean,
The Giants will be back on in 6 minutes.
Here's the good thing.
It reminds
Saquon
me of
Barkley, how many receptions did Saquon Barkley have last year? 71?
90.
Players, let me see here.
I think
Hold
90.
on. Nope, not 90. So
82.
player stats. Barkley, he ran for 2,200. He ran 261 times for 1,300 yards. Barkley no, you're right. 91 receptions on 121 targets for 721 yards. So you're right. You're spot on. You're right there. 90, 91.
Yeah. I think,
Nice job. Closest
you
without
know,
going over.
yeah.
Yeah, Price is right.
I
That
pay
was fucking
attention.
good.
I pay attention. I
That's
think
because
that
you put tally marks on your fucking wall every time he makes a catch.
I do. In my man cave, there's just like engravings of like single tick marks every time Saquon. No, but I mean, listen. I think that we've seen this before, where we go into a season and then you know for that whole year he was the number one guy, and he was open when he needed to be. You you can, if you have a crew of players that you can trust that are going to be in the spots that you need them to be in, and you say to the quarterback, just don't kill me, and don't be afraid to use Saquon, you know, judiciously. The offense can be successful. The question is going to be, you know, if you're going to go into that scenario, you have to have a quarterback that can make a play on a quarterback that on 3rd and 7 can throw you an 8-yard out, a yard past the sticks, right where you know the you know average wide receiver is when he's coming out of his break.
Yeah, I just we were saying earlier that we've seen the Giants win with guys who live in Giants lore, but weren't necessarily household names throughout the NFL, with Stephen Baker and Mark Ingram. So the opportunity presented to Latimer, Fowler, and Shepard is going to be there. And if the Giants team is performing good and they're able to at least be serviceable and dependable receivers, there's a way to win with a makeshift group of wide receivers if all your other pieces are in place. Just like there is that you can win with a running back if you have all the other pieces on the roster in place. Number one being quarterback, right? So if Jones is right, it solves a lot of pieces to the puzzle.
Is Dwayne Haskins in right now?
I have no clue.
I think he just airmailed. It looked like Dwayne Haskins. It looked like a number 7 back there, but I could be wrong. And it looked like he just airmailed somebody on a
It could be. It should be because they're in the second
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah, it is.
Keenan was already in, so yeah, it looks like it's Haskins. Big old Dwayne Haskins in the pocket, slinging it. Nice ball,
That was a good ball.
Yeah.
and then fumble.
Other than the wide
Fumble.
receiver Kalen.
Hey, the
Oh,
Giants,
Giants
are
are
back.
back.
Hey.
And it's not. Well, this is going to be a short broadcast because if it's not Daniel Jones, and I don't, and we said this before, Justin, that we thought that possibly Jones would not be back out because of the delay. That I can't fault them for that whatsoever.
No, it's
Because of the
Alex
risk of
Taddy.
injury and things like that. And it's Tanny in the game. Jones is not in the game. So we're looking at basically a makeshift group for the Giants. So maybe we'll stick around
You gotta.
till the end of this drive, and then we'll call it a wrap.
Yeah.
So
On the, I
they
think we
basically
serviced our.
they basically told the starters, "Hey, good job. We're not going to get you revved up again."
How about this? How about this for a call during the regular season? Sling out to the left, complete to Penny Alavaca for a first down.
Yeah.
Little Penny Alavaca, guys.
You know,
Hey, as we approach the end of the first quarter here,
you know where you are on the roster when they're like, guys, after weather, you don't have to put your stuff back on.
yeah, you're good. Don't even bother. Like this is we're gonna evaluate some kids and watch some tape today. So the first quarter is gonna end.
but Paul Perkins making an appearance.
It's time for the percolator.
Remember
It's
when
Oh,
the
yeah.
percolator was like the second?
Percolator's back.
The percolator was the second cut. He's going to get his shot to contribute. I saw somebody asked one of the beat writers if there was one guy that they were excited to see potentially tonight to see how he pans out or that could stay claimed to the roster. And he said he mentioned Paul Perkins as one of the guys to keep an eye on. So maybe Perkins is turning some heads in camp after the year off. Still a young guy. We liked him when he was around. And maybe he can contribute in this backfield a little bit to take some of the load off Barkley. Hey, Tim, Justin,
What?
Yeah.
you guys ever hear of Lawrence Taylor?
What?
Did we go to his birthday party or something?
I mean, we were invited to Lawrence Taylor's 60th birthday party by his daughter, Tanisha Taylor Jones. And what they're
Hold on.
doing, and the reason
At that
why
party,
go ahead.
At that party, did I get into a dance floor with a 90s pop star?
I can attest. I could second and say yes. You did get into a dance off with Kid from Kid and Play. Yes, you did,
Okay.
and you won.
Just wanted to make sure. Just want to make sure
And
I
you
was
won.
remembering that correctly. Go ahead.
You were. You definitely were. So what the Lawrence Taylor family is doing is absolutely amazing. They've brought together family, football, and fun. And what they've done is they've started this website and foundation. It's a Lawrence Taylor Family Foundation. And if you go there, you can basically support all of these community activities that Lawrence Taylor is involved in Atlanta, Georgia, from football camps on to just providing cleanup in the community. They're amazing families committed to helping others, one act of love at a time. And they understand the importance of family and supporting their community by giving back. Also, if you visit LawrenceTaylorFamilyFoundation.com, there is a beautiful, and I'm going to purchase one, only $60, Forever 56 limited edition sweatshirt. That's a must own for any Giant fan. So support Lawrence Taylor and his legacy. Visit LawrenceTaylorFamilyFoundation.com. And a thank you to Tanisha Taylor Jones for the invite, where Justin was able to dance the night away versus Kid from Kid and Play.
Yeah. Great night.
Great night.
Just say, Jimmy, before we go any further, that was an amazing read.
Thank you, bud. And we've been doing the reads all night. We have 25sports.com. Mark Collins gave us some info. We got some info for Leonard Marshall and what he's doing with Alexinol, which is a CBD product. So we've been and Gary Reason's also with Easy
Did you get
Med.
a sample of that for yourself?
I did not, but there's one in the mail. Tanny out to the right. He's taking a shot deep and no bueno. Overthrew him.
Daniel Jones would have hit him in stride. He'd still be running.
In stride. Check the resume.
Yeah. Did you know Daniel Jones hasn't thrown an incompletion in the NFL?
No. Nor will he.
He hasn't thrown an incompletion.
So 3rd and 10. We'll stick around with you guys till the end of this drive before we hang up. We
They like
thank
to
you for
say
joining.
D
We're going to bring
Jones
this to
capitalize the D.
Come Sundays during the regular season, Giant fans, we are going to be with you every Sunday, bringing you live action, giving you a different way to listen to the game. So, feel free to follow along, like, share, let people know that we're all over it. As Tanny throws it, it's complete. So we're going to stick with you a little more.
Tanny.
Out across the 45, complete to the hey, Tim, the guy you wanted to see.
DJ Jones.
Tanny for a first down.
I want to see if TJ's be one of our receivers. I think he's got the talent.
I have a question. Isn't the most buff kicker in the history of kicking Aldrich Rosas? Doesn't he wear number 2?
I'd like to see him have a walk-off with Jay Feely. Handoff to Perkins, spun down, maybe a gain of 1, maybe. Hit at the line.
Come on, Paul. Paul, we want you to make the team.
I want a big run. We have a big play here. We would like to end it with a giant touchdown if we're going to wrap up the podcast.
The running back I want to see what Rod Smith does.
Yeah. I've had my eye on Rod Smith. He could be a nice little addition.
Because he can play fullback and running back.
The other guy I want to see tonight is CJ Conrad.
Oh, in stride, breaking a tackle. He's off to the races. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Giants. We wanted a big play to walk off on, and we got one. Tanny to Shepard in stride, busting it long. Touchdown Giants.
Well, D. Jones just lost his number 2 spot.
Eli's going to get cut, and Jones and Tanny are on the roster. Slinging it.
I was going to say, did Eli just become 3rd string?
According to tonight's performances, yes. I told you Tanny was going to make this roster.
Listen. It doesn't.
Oh, my God. If Alex Tanny makes his roster again.
I'm going to say this. I could give 2 craps about Alex Tanny. Alex, if you're listening, nothing against you.
No offense.
I will
no offense, but who gives a shit about you?
That's a pretty. I mean, if I'm Russell Shepard, that's a play that brings me into the season. Like that's the thing. Think about the last few preseasons. What positive things have we had to build on in the preseason games?
Actually, didn't last year? Did we not score a touchdown until like week 3?
Here's the problem. The problem is that what you're seeing in preseason, we're gonna have to take a big step back and a big deep breath, because all that, even if you went in with Daniel Jones and you lost opening night in Dallas, at least if you knew Daniel Jones was going to be our quarterback, guys, on Sunday we would be bouncing around like fucking school kids waiting for this game to start. No matter what the outcome of the game would be, we got our rookie guy. He's playing. Let's go, Daniel Jones. We're behind him. Let's do it. Right? We're gonna have all this build up with Daniel Jones, and when come week 1, we're gonna be like, okay, here comes Eli.
My wife.
Very true.
My wife just texted me, and keep in mind she's down in the basement now, which means that she can hear me from the basement because I'm being loud and excitable. But she said, you need to calm down and don't get your expectations high. And I'm just excited to have something to be excited about.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a young quarterback.
When's the last time we were excited about Giants football?
No, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. No, you guys were very excited at the
last year about this time.
For me, it's been since the beginning of the 2017 season. I mean, I was excited going into that year. The team shit the bed, and then the whole fiasco with Eli. I've been a miserable prick since the end of that season.
That's true.
Yeah, pretty much. We can attest to that.
All right, so I can't do it no more. My heart's gonna fucking explode. I can't take it. Yeah. I am willing to fall on the sword and say I have never been so wrong in my life about a prospect, about Daniel Jones. I will go on record and say I didn't like him coming out of the draft. I wasn't a fan of the pick, and I hope to God I'm wrong, because I would rather this team win football games than me be right. And if he's the ticket to that success, then sign me up and get the kid in and let him play. And let's get through the hard knocks of a rookie quarterback and a second year quarterback so that we can enjoy the fruits of labor come year 3, 4, and 5 as it should be. And hopefully this thing continues to progress and that excitement follows along. But you're right, it's been a long time since a lot of the fan base has been excited to see the Giant football.
Are we? I'll say this: Are there any fellow Seinfeld enthusiasts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, X-Man's out there.
So after what we've seen to this point, I'll just tell you guys that it moved.
It moved.
It moved.
I would say that as well. It moved a little bit. It jumped. There was a jump.
Ryan Conley making a play right there.
There was a slight jump from the to the left.
You know, they drafted Conley, and everybody was like, "He's going to be a special teams guy."
Not us. We didn't say that.
He's made some noise in camp.
Oh, him and Tay Davis are going to end up being the starting middle linebackers by the end of the season.
He is really good in coverage. He is really good in coverage, and he's really good at anticipating. It seems like he knows what's coming from the offense, and he's good at getting in the backfield with timing and blitzes and stuff like that. I'm excited about Conley. I was excited when they took him. I'm also excited about my boy Ballantyne. Love looks like he's struggling a little bit. He's been beat a couple of times tonight.
No,
but they also got him playing out of the slot, which is very difficult to do. And we also know that he's been playing a little bit.
He's learning the position, so
so
I'll
maybe
give him
he
some.
is a better fit at safety than he would be, say, the slot. Slot's very difficult for a rookie to come in and start playing. Handoff to the right, eaten up by the Giants.
That's why, if you notice this week in practice, they had a lineup that I was very intrigued by. I just kind of noticed it.
Ballantyne, Baker, and Jenkins in the slot.
Jenkins in the slot.
Yep.
That's the key, my friend. That's the special sauce. Because I'll tell you that I think, and then the other thing that I think happens with that is you put Love at the other safety spot.
There's something I like seeing right there. And you know who that reminds me of? The aforementioned Mark Collins. Ballantyne wearing number 25 comes up and makes a nice tackle at the corner spot. Not afraid to stick there. I like that. Corey Ballantyne.
This is a very
3rd and 7.
This is
out of the gun. Throws to the left. Down the left sideline. One-handed catch attempted. Knocked away. Good coverage by the first-round pick, Baker. And there's a flag down. We'll check the flag. Let's see what happened.
No, don't. Go.
Well, let's see.
It looked good.
Maybe it's a hand check. Maybe it's on somebody else. They're going to say he wasn't looking for the ball, which they have a valid case. Got to get that head turned around.
No, he made the ball.
He made a little contact, Justin, with his head looking back there. That's okay. He was there.
It's okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he's there. The coverage was perfect. He just has to learn to get his head around a little quicker.
Can I say
it looked like he was trying. It looked like he tried to get his head around, and he got caught up leaning in, and he was unable to turn his head around there, but to look for the ball. But, young guy, going to happen. That's all right. Get it out now.
Let me say this. If it's the regular season, I'm challenging that. Because he played the ball.
Oh, nice play. Jumping in the backfield there.
Who was that?
Number
99.
Rocky RJ McIntosh. Oh, he split the double team.
Slayton.
No, Chris Slayton.
Chris Slayton.
5th round
in the backfield. That was a nice play.
These rookies. Get him into genius.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's my Syracuse boy. I forgot about it.
Check the resume.
Gettlemania.
Ooh. Did you see the hit? They got to the
There you go.
quarterback there. He took a shot. Watch the shot coming off the top of your screen there.
That's
Woo!
Oh
lucky
God!
you didn't get flagged for that.
No, he didn't hit him in the head.
No,
It
that's
was
a
all
clean
shoulder.
hit.
Was that Kareem Martin?
That's a clean hit, and that was Kareem
His
Martin.
head jerked back. It looked like from the one angle that he might have went
it
helmet
is
to
Kareem
helmet,
Martin.
but from the back
Was Kareem
angle,
Martin.
no, he that was a clean hit. There was no helmet to helmet contact. Nicely done there by Martin. Look at a shot.
It's a very likable football team right now.
3rd and 8. Seaman to the right. Seaman complete. First down, Seaman.
That's unfortunate. Seamen do have a way of marching in a general
That's
direction.
one squirmy Seaman. He got out to the right. And then ejaculated one downfield to the receiver.
It's ejaculation.
Nice job. Seaman in the snatch.
I'll
The
tell
snap.
you, this is fun. Welcome back.
Seaman with the RPO.
You know what my favorite part of
We're
you know
like
what my favorite
7-year-olds over the podcast.
you know what my favorite part about preseason is?
Winning doesn't matter.
We're in the second quarter of the first game, and the Jets just handed off to a running back that has no shot to make this team.
Yeah, I mean it's
Number 40. He's a burly white guy. He's not making this team.
Seaman in the pocket. Seaman squirming around. Seaman sliding down at the 9.
I'll tell you, man. He hasn't gotten there yet, but I've been watching number 53 the last few pass downs.
Zimes, huh? Watching the X-Men.
Z-Man, he's getting down the field.
He's putting a little pressure on him. He had nice pressure on the play where Martin
that was a
had to
clear
hit.
step up.
So 3rd and 4 here from the Giant 10.
Let's get an interception.
Takes it, throws, and complete, and the Giants get to him.
Good tackle.
Swarm to the ball. 4th down.
Yeah.
Nice job there by the defense. It looks like Gase is going to go for it, and why not? Right? Why the hell not?
Wow, look at that beard on Adam Gase.
Yeah, he looks handsome.
Lord. It's preseason, not playoffs.
That must be a pain in the ass having during the summer 90-degree heat when you're standing outside fucking coaching with that thing on. I'd want to rip my hair out of my face. 4th and 2 for the Jets. This will probably be the last play we bring you with 7.5 left in the second.
No, we're giving them one more offensive drive.
You want to go on another offensive drive? We could do that. We'll go a little tanny.
Punt.
And it's going to be a touchdown from Seaman to McGuire.
Touchdown.
Play action, roll to the right. McGuire came open, lofted it over, wide open. Touchdown. Jets.
The Seaman, they just floated right over the top, the Seaman.
Yeah. The Seaman just in a mountain, it just lofted it over.
Oh,
nice play. Easy read. Lofted it right over.
Seaman scores, we all lose.
Yes. Well,
the Z-Man.
Some win. Seaman found the egg, and the Jets are down 1.
Do you think?
He just missed another. He missed it again.
This guy's
not making the team.
Yeah, I was trying to look down at the stat. He missed another one. Wow, the Jets are looking for a kicker.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Jets are in the market for a kicker.
Here's a question: Do we see Eli? Do we see Eli now?
No.
Do they?
No. That would be such a shot.
No, we're going to see Tanny probably through the end of the 3rd quarter, and then there has to be a 4th quarterback, somebody that they would
our boy Laletta.
Oh, Christ. Maybe Laletta gets the whole second half because of the way things turned out. That'd be nice to see. Maybe the kid plays all the second half there. Patriots.
I would like to see Laletta beat out Alex Tanny.
Well, I mean,
At least have our
Oh,
draft picks.
it would be
he's
nice in
behind the
theory.
8 ball now.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, Tanny's the
Slinging it.
MVP. So Cleveland's up 17-7.
They rock.
They rock.
Cleveland rocks. That's right. So looking ahead to week 1, while we're at commercial break here, because they're running an ad for the Cowboys. I mean,
Yep.
we're all sort of resigned to the fact that we're gonna see Zeke week 1, right?
No, I don't think we will.
This is all just a way to get our hopes up. It's a big cock tease, right?
Well, the nice part is
It seems-
Robert Quinn got suspended today,
Yeah, I
so
saw
we don't
that.
have to see him.
He and Golden Tate go to the same provider.
We have no Golden Tate. They have no Robert Quinn. Zeke might not play.
Could be
That's
worse.
all we can hope.
We could be Antonio Brown with
The
frostbite.
longer this Zeke thing goes, the more interesting that becomes.
Well,
So here's a name to remember for your fantasy drafts. If that thing takes a little while longer and doesn't really pan out, is
Alfred
Pollard.
Morris.
Tony Pollard.
Oh, yeah, Tony Pollard. Yeah, he's been tearing it up.
while we're talking about fantasy football, I want to point this out. Jimmy, I know this is one of your guys, but he's also been one of my guys from last year as well. Ballard for the Dolphins scored tonight.
What's up?
Ballard from the Dolphins. Ballage.
Balaj.
Yeah.
Nice return by that Ballantyne.
Yeah.
My boy.
I'll tell you what, there's not a
Ballantyne's
better
Day.
feel-good story for for camp in the first preseason game here than Corey Ballantyne.
I was a fan. You know that he was my guy from before the draft. I wanted him.
And I was hard on Ballantyne after what happened. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I said some things in our group chat that I'm not exactly proud of. But
I've said worse.
good for Corey Ballantyne. Who's in at quarterback?
Looks still like Tanny, and the handoff takes it to the 30. The flag comes in, so scratch that. The 1 yard gain is going to be probably pushed back for a holding penalty.
It'll be 1st and 20. So this will be our last drive because the Giants will punt.
Yeah, definitely our last drive.
I
So what
don't.
about
1 yard run. How do you hold?
What about
How do you
Balaj?
hold?
Justin?
He scored on a 1 yard.
He looked good. He had a nice little run up the right sideline. He's going to get a shot to play this year. So far, he's been running with the ones. He's the goal line back.
I love Balad. If you can find a way to get him in your fantasy leagues.
James, let me hear a few sleepers.
I'm not revealing anything because I know some of the guys that I'm in a league with are listening to the podcast, and I'm out for blood this year.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you the sleepers in the group chat. I'll give you as many sleepers as you want, but I'm not going there.
You can't go public. I understand.
Isn't it like caca?
That's my team name is Kaka.
Yeah.
Kaka. Yep. Yeah.
We support Jimmy. Caca, mother. Well,
that's right.
I'm not going to say that on the radio.
Motherfuckers. They know if they're listening. They know who they are. And the guy who my cousin who comes on and helps us he's in my league too. So there's no way. I'm not revealing anything. I'll give you in the group chats. Tanny out to the left. He's got a completion out across the 30, inside the 35 at the 34 to Russell Shepard again.
Tell you what, Russell. I'm impressed. 81.
Russell was making the team anyway. He's a great special teams player.
But these are things to build on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
It's good that he's getting this rep. You get the catch. It's good. You know, there's nothing bad about that. All positive.
3rd and 10. I would want to reverse to the tight end.
Well, let's hope they just throw it past the chains, and now it's going to be 3rd and 15 because they get some movement from the left tackle here, who jumped, couldn't hold his water, and now it'll be 3rd and a little longer for Tanny. with 5:41 left in this second half. We should be probably midway through the third quarter by this point, but an hour delay brought to us by our friendly neighborhood thunderstorm
And there's Daniel Jones
cost
stats.
us that.
For those that weren't here earlier, Daniel Jones, the second coming of Christ, 5 for 5, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, 5-yard completion to start. Hit Tate for 11. An 8-yard had a big chunk play to Latimer. And then came back with a 3rd and 7. Hit 8 yards on a dime to Latimer again, and then the touchdown on a beautiful strike.
Did they really just say that was a fumble?
Are you kidding me?
There is no way that was a
Are you
fumble.
serious? No, that's
There's
gonna
no
be
way.
No.
It was close to fumble.
That was a little ridiculous. What the fuck? How did they even rule that a fumble?
Cut Tanny. Cut him.
Let's see. He throws it. It's a forward pass.
Yeah.
What?
You could call a face mask?
Oh, so he didn't get face mask. There's nothing wrong with the hit. What happened when the ball's out? What, okay, why do they keep showing the hit? What's wrong with the hit?
They called it a fumble.
Hurt.
Good. I don't want him making this team anyway.
They called it a fumble from Tanny?
Yes.
Well, then that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It's preseason for these refs.
Yeah,
Wait,
well, that wasn't even close.
What the fuck hell?
They have to reverse that. They're going to reverse that.
They'll reverse it.
Clearly, come on, that's a pass. The ball went 12 yards upfield.
I'm upset.
Yeah, that pisses me off. Even though it's preseason, that's just stupid shit. There's no reason for them to mess that up.
And just like that, we're angry.
You're breaking down Alex Tanny's confidence.
Son of a
Damn
bitch. You guys, I have to say though, it feels good.
To not have me bitching and to be on a positive side, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea how good that feels.
Right? Feels good here too.
I mean,
everybody in my house just smiles.
I had to get medication because of Jimmy last year.
I'm sorry. But a lot of people did. You weren't alone.
There were things with my blood pressure, and my doctor said, "Are you in stressful situations?"
I'm in a group chat.
No, I'm just kidding. But
I'm in a group chat that I can't get out of. This negative son of a bitch that just he doesn't even see that this guy was touched by God. He doesn't even see it.
They won't let me leave.
Jesus. He won't give D. Jones his credit.
He won't. All he keeps saying is, you never take a running back at 2. You never take a running back at 2. You never take a running back at 2. I want to see before we hang up for the evening. I want to see what they do with this call. I want to see how comical this is going to be.
You know what he should be? You don't you don't take a running back at number 2 ? On the back. Check the resume.
Check the resume. No, I did. Check the resume has to be just check the resume with the BBB on the back, right? Just put on the front, just like check the resume, and then on the back, like to the.
How
that's
is that
not
a fumble?
I don't know, guys.
No, they called it.
They reversed it. They turned it. Good.
Good Lord.
Thank God.
Thank the Lord. Hey, there's Jesus.
Speaking of the Lord.
You know what? I know we probably can't use names, but you don't take D. Jones at 6? Check the resume.
You can add little things if you want to, but check the resume just sums it up. That's all you need. Check the resume. Check the resume. Any question you have, check the fucking resume, man.
Yeah. What's your problem? That. Check the resume.
I want it. I want to check the resume shirt.
You guys, I think this is going to be a fun year.
I hope so. If they make the move from Eli to Jones, it should be.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Each
of
game
youth.
would just be each game you'd be fired up for because you have a rookie quarterback.
I'm telling you
I,
what.
I,
I'm excited
glad-
for this defense.
I'm glad that I got my trainees hired, so I don't have to stay past 8 o'clock anymore. Come home on Wednesdays, do what I need to do on the home front, and be here for 10 p.m. Eastern.
ready to roll.
Rock
And
and
then
roll.
I'm serious. We're going every Sunday because this is too much fun not to do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring this stuff every Sunday, and you guys are more than
This
welcome.
is
And we'll jump on, and if you guys are watching the game, we'll do it. But I'm making a commitment to go all 16. So we'll have some fun with it.
this is amazing.
So, oh, fumble liar. Jets pounced on it. Well, gentlemen, I'll tell you the truth. I'm gonna adjourn to my bedroom and watch the rest of this fiasco preseason game. Nice
Yeah.
job there.
Hey, yeah, that's a
Finishing off
good
the
hit.
play. It's a good hit. Finishing off the play. Running hard. Play's not dead. Makes the hit from behind. Ball pops loose. I mean, that's and there the Jets fell on it. But those are the things during the course of a game or during the regular season that can turn the course of one game that could put you on a run and change some momentum for you. So those are good things to see. So we saw a lot of positive, some negative out of the Giants tonight, but for the most part, some good things
But
to
you know
take
what?
away from tonight's
It's a
game.
different feel. It's more excitement than there was last year.
For the
Yeah, because you
entire
have
Just on the
year.
defense alone. Just on the defense alone.
so yeah,
You
there's a
just
lot. There's a lot of young talent here to be excited about and to see how they continue this uphill progression.
Again,
Is
I
going to be
want to be
fun to see.
very clear. We mentioned it before, but I have verified with the stats. We didn't score an offensive touchdown with the first or second string until the third preseason game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we already have 2 touchdowns tonight.
Guys, did you see that Cleveland wide receiver that just went across the bottom of the screen there?
What happened?
One of my sleepers.
Oh,
uh,
I have this on DVR. I'm going back.
Yeah, you can rewind it because the minute you see the name, you're going to know it. But it's a Cleveland wide receiver not named Landry or Beckham.
Oh yeah. Okay.
oh, Higgins.
Don't
Shut the
say
fuck
it,
up,
Tim.
Tim. Oh. And on that note, Giant fans, as the Jets cross midfield with 3.5 left, let's end this fiasco right now. Tim's giving away my sleepers.
Hey,
We will be
Connolly
back
made a
next
play.
Wednesday. We will be back next Wednesday to discuss some more Giants football with you. We will be back for the next preseason game that's nationally televised. The last 2 preseason games may be difficult, but we'll be back with you definitely come week 1. So like, share, let your friends know about it, and we appreciate you listening. For Tim and Justin, gentlemen,
Yep. Later.
good evening. Have a good night.